Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Who here has houseplants that you keep inside your home or your office, whether they're edible or not? I don't because of the cats. I just don't feel like cleaning up a mess every 8 seconds. Well, allegedly, one of the most harmful things that a person can do with regard to the environment is purchase indoor plants for a home or an office space, because doing so pollutes the atmosphere with carbon. How dare you? It has been argued that when it comes to sea change and warming, indoor houseplants are an environmental threat. So as much as the trucks that deliver them to the local nursery, because they spew carbon emissions. The plastic pots, the trays that hold the indoor plants, they are made from petroleum. They must be done away with. Even though the house plants, they breathe in the carbon dioxide and they release oxygen for humans and animals to breathe, the environmental cost of greening one's indoor spaces is so high they must do away with them immediately. Every little thing that we do adds up collectively. So if all of us are doing these things, the collective impact is quite large. The mindful act of trying to be more sustainable in one area of our daily lives helps us to be mindful in other areas. One particular aspect of houseplants that many people overlook is the distance that they typically have to travel. The poor things. From places where they are grown to retail stores to the inside of people's houses or workplaces. I mean, a lot of these major nursery suppliers are located here in Florida or out in California. The poor bastards, how do they even survive the trip? I mean, it's recommended that climate conscious people instead look for local plant swaps, garden clubs, which are often organized online via social media sites. And those groups, they frequently meet multiple times a year, and then they share not just house plants, but cuttings and potted plants with each other. And they'll also share their knowledge. And sometimes they have community events. Because let's not forget that those plants never once came from a nursery or a store that had to travel from Florida or California to where they are. Never once. We are also being warned. The warning signs have always been there. Why did I not ever see this? The warning signs against using certain soil components like peat. Not your Uncle Pete, peat, P-E-A-T. A natural earth-based sustenance that forms at the bottom of bogs and wetlands. A precursor to the formation of coal, peat releases CO2 when harvested, and it is not easily renewable. It takes hundreds of years. I mean, what in the hell were we thinking when we thought that we could use peat moss for our brains must be on another planet when we thought that we could use this and use it wisely. What jerks are we? I mean, it could take thousands of years to form. Jerks. I mean, we're cutting into the peatlands. And eventually, it's all going to be harvested, and then what? So instead of peat, people are being urged to try peat alternatives like cocoa coir. I use cocoa coir. I do. or biochar, which retain water and soil mix, which it's less of the environment baggage, because you see all the baggage that comes with a plant. I got more baggage than a divorcee, but I'll go on. Gardeners, yeah, us. We're terrible people, both of the indoor and the outdoor variety, because there's a lot of different kinds of variety when it comes to gardeners. We should commit. We have to commit to purchasing pots, shears, plant stands, and other tools locally instead of at the store. Stop going to the store. How dare you? What's wrong with you? They typically carry consumer products made in other countries like China, from which they travel long distances, emitting carbon all the way. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you? There have been advisories against using fertilizer on houseplants, because fertilizer is another bad thing for the environment, and it has to go. It must. How dare you want your plants to grow and survive? Shame on you. I don't know what else to say. I am ashamed. I'm ashamed of being someone who loves plants and planting plants. I will see you guys in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless. Ciao.